Since the last 2 days, the one name that has been constantly hitting the headlines in India is that of YouTuber Karl Rock. He's been blacklisted by India and so he can no longer enter the country. But who exactly is Karl and what is his story? And why has he been banned? Here's some clarity in chaos. Karl Rock's real name is Karl Edward Rice. According to the description on his YouTube channel, Karl Rock is a Hindi-speaking expat who left his career and life behind in New Zealand to take his viewers behind the scenes of Incredible India. In his videos, he shares tips for foreigners to help them travel confidently and safely in India and updates the world on its outdated perceptions about the country. The description further adds that Karl has visited every state and union territory in India and its culturally similar neighbours like Pakistan and Bangladesh and aims to make others fall in love with India and the subcontinent. Karl is married to Manisha Malik from Haryana. His description concludes by stating that he lives with his wife and family in New Delhi and loves to make masala chai for the family and share his Indian life on social media. But as luck would have it, as of now, there is more masala in his own story than the masala chai that he makes, and he claims that he has been stuck in New Zealand and has not been able to see his wife for the past 270 days and counting. Reason? The Indian government has reportedly blacklisted him and blocked his entry to the country. Now, responding to these reports, the Indian government sources have said that Karl Rock was blacklisted for violating multiple visa norms, including doing business on a tourist visa. Karl Rock had been living in India for 10 years with his wife and her family and amassed over 1.8 million followers on his YouTube talking about India and making millions on the platform. He got married in 2019 and stayed with his wife and her family in Delhi's Pitampura area. But 2 days back, he uploaded a video titled, "Why I Haven't Seen My Wife in 269 Days. The monetized video, after playing all the ads, talks about how Karl has been separated from his wife Manisha Malik as a result of being put on a blacklist by the Indian government. Karl Rock also spoke about not being able to be with his wife when she had COVID-19 during the second wave in India. He said, "Being exiled from my family has been very difficult to deal with. In the beginning, I would get panic attacks. Now it's progressed into me being extremely unhappy." Karl had earlier said that he had not been provided with a reason for the suspension of his visa to India. This claim has been denied by the government. His visa was suspended at the airport in October 2020 when he was traveling from India to Dubai and Pakistan. He said that he had written to the High Commissioner of India in New Zealand and the Ministry of Home Affairs in India multiple times since the suspension of his visa. However, all his requests, according to him, went unanswered. On Twitter, he appealed to New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern for help, also sending a video of his struggle. He complained to the New Zealand PM that the Indian government had blocked him from entering India, separating him from his wife and family in Delhi. He accused the Indian government of blacklisting him without giving him any reasons. However, so far there is no news from any response from the New Zealand PM, who's actually quite active on Twitter. But the government of India has been very clear on the reasons for the ban on Karl. After Karl's news started picking up in national and international media, an official from the Union Home Ministry told news agency ANI that Karl Rock has been blacklisted by India for violating multiple visa norms, including doing business on a tourist visa. He said that Karl is barred for 1 year and his visa has been cancelled. Meanwhile, sources said that Karl Rock has been found in violation of the terms and conditions associated with his entry visa. Moreover, they said that the grant of a visa is a sovereign right of any government. Little wonder then that the New Zealand PM hasn't responded to Karl's plea for help with his entry into India. Still not the one to back down, Karl has approached the Delhi High Court through his wife now. Karl's wife Manisha filed a petition in the Delhi High Court requesting that Karl's name be removed from the blacklist. As per her petition, Karl Rock has been coming to India since 2013 and holds the nationality of both New Zealand and India. She also claimed that he has complied with all Indian laws and has an X2 visa which is granted to foreigners who are married to Indian nationals. Now, his X2 visa was valid till 2024. One of the conditions of the visa was that he had to exit India every 180 days or intimate the foreigner regional registration office concerned. His last entry into India was in November 2019. He had enrolled at the Lando School of Languages in Mussoorie to learn Hindi but was stranded due to the nationwide lockdown in March 2020. As the 180-day mark was approaching, he had tried to intimate the FRRO for visa extension. The application was rejected and he was issued an exit permit instead, as per an Indian Express report. While he was exiting India to travel to Dubai and Pakistan in October 2020, his visa was cancelled at the Delhi airport. In Dubai, he applied for a new visa and was then called to the Indian High Commission and informed that he had been blacklisted. But Karl says that he was not informed. Also, his petition states that despite complying with all the conditions, his visa was cancelled while he was exiting Delhi. Karl's wife has also alleged that they were given no notice or time to respond to the government before he was illegally blacklisted and prevented from coming back to India to meet his wife and family. Since then, Karl said he and his family have been running from pillar to post to resolve the issue. And it's not like Karl hasn't been in the news in India before. Last year, Karl was praised by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for donating plasma at a government plasma bank. Now, the other angle to this is that many social media users have speculated that the reason for the blacklisting of Karl was because he had visited an anti-CAA protest site and documented it. This video was later deleted. On this, Karl said, "My wife and I went and filmed our experience, but whether that is the reason for blacklisting or not, we do not know. We filed the writ petition to find out the reasons for the same." In one of his videos, Karl and his wife are also speaking about the corruption in Indian politics. However, after all this, Karl says that he does not want to speculate why he might have been blacklisted, although the Indian government has already given its reason. For now, Karl continues to make videos from New Zealand about his struggle to reunite with his wife and family back in India. According to the New Zealand immigration website, however, travel to New Zealand remains strictly controlled to reduce the risk from COVID-19 from countries like Brazil, India and Pakistan, as they have been designated as very high-risk countries by New Zealand. What are your thoughts on the Karl Rock saga? Let me know what you feel about this developing story in the comment section below. We can chat on Instagram, it's @ReviewRon. That's the same handle I use on Facebook as well. You can DM me on any of these platforms. And you can subscribe here if you find my videos worth it. But even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching this one. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.